The song goes like this.
Hey, I'm Peter Franson from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. Welcome to Trial and Error, where I play the first part of a game or a game demo, usually do that pretty badly, and give you my thoughts along the way. This time I'm taking a look at Conan Exiles. Now, I've had my eye on this one. It's been a blip on my radar for years. I'm not like especially a fan of Robert E. Howard, I think is the author's name, who created Conan and other works in this kind of like dark sword and sorcery type of vein. But I love that. I love the kinds of stories, the kinds of entertainment that's inspired by Conan, Dungeons and Dragons, and those other kinds of sword and sorcery types of stories. So while I'm not really familiar with the lore outside of the Jason Momoa movie, I really enjoy this type of setting. I'm also pretty new to the survival genre, which this game reportedly fits squarely into. I have never been into the barfy blocks of Minecraft, and the closest I've come to a survival type of game would be Dragon Quest Builders, which I really enjoyed, but is more of like a building game and less of like a survive out in the world and just make your own way of it, which from what I understand is really what this game is about. It's starting with absolutely nothing and building up kind of a camp or a city or whatever, an outpost, and creating a thriving livelihood in this sword and sorcery environment. So potentially this could be kind of a new type of game for me. I really like open world games. I like open world RPGs, and as you can see in my list here of games that I've been playing lately, I've really been into Monster Hunter World, Assassin's Creed Origins, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Far Cry 5 as well. I have like this embarrassing wealth of games that I'm really enjoying right now. Most of them I may be halfway through or more, but I still have so much playtime to get out of them that I'm not hungry for a different type of game, another game to add to my list, and so that means this game kind of has stiff competition in terms of my available free time. What I'm wondering is if this kind of experience, which I haven't really had before in games, will pop out enough and be of scratch the right kinds of itches for me that it will stand out and it will pull me to give it some time, even though I just have this wealth of other games that I'm really enjoying right now. Let's find out. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you can turn nudity off or partial. I think in European countries there is full nudity as an option, but in the US and Canada, maybe a couple other places, partial at most, but you can choose to just turn nudity off, which is great because that's something that I really don't like about things inspired by Conan, is the sexual objectification, usually of women and sometimes men as well. Play offline. That's something else I'm really curious about, as they've been promoting this as something that is playable multiplayer if you have PlayStation Plus, or playable single player. And I am a single player hermit gamer. I just want a single player experience out of this game. So far, no need for PlayStation Plus, which is great. I'm going to play completely offline, and hopefully this will be a great single player experience. Holy crap. This is crazy. You've got all these difficulty settings. There's 3 difficulty settings: civilized, decadent, and barbaric. And then there's a custom one where you can actually go in and change up the XP multiplier. You can change the cycle of the day-night cycle speed. You can check whether or not you drop equipment on your death. This is crazy cool. The only question I have left is, can I change difficulty settings in the middle of combat? Because primarily I'd want to go with easy, but there's some things in there that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want it to be that easy. Just kind of depends. So hopefully I can change that in the middle of the game if things get too easy for me, but I would rather err on the side of caution, so I'm going to go civilized. It's interesting. You've got a ton of race options. I mean, they're all human, but a lot of them, there's almost no detail about like what makes them different in terms of gameplay. There's one race, the Zamorians, that maybe it's going to be a thief class because they're reputed to be the best thieves in the world. And then the Kittens are known to be mysterious and secretive, which increases their reputation as powerful sorcerers, but I didn't hear anything about there being any magic classes in this game, or thief classes. But if I can be a magic user, then I want to, so I guess I'll go with this one. Interesting, so you have all these different religion choices, and each one kind of comes with its own benefit of some kind, maybe? Oh, I have to use my PlayStation username as my character name? That's lame. Condemned to death and exile for crimes including breaking the fourth wall. That's great. Oh crap, what was that sound? I need a weapon, I'm very scared. Oh crap! Pausing doesn't stop the world from continuing on. I am not safe in the pause menu. I don't like that. Okay, so you can make yourself an admin in your single-player game, and then you can go in and mess with all the settings. That's cool. Why does that shelter thing keep sliding and appearing? What does that mean? Do I need shelter? Am I in shelter? What is that? I need a weapon. I seriously need a weapon. Can I save? How do I save? I don't see a way to save. Hey! Oh, crap! Can I get your clothes? Can I pick up your... I want your things. I can only pick up his book. I need more than a book right now. Okay, I think that is a shelter indicator, like, this is how much shelter I have right now. When I'm standing next to this big old wall thing, I have a little more shelter than when I go out here. The graphics are not that great. I mean, the textures are not very detailed on the PS4, but that's fine. I mean, I'm really in it for gameplay. As long as the graphics are detailed enough to kind of present a vibe, a tone, a feel for the world, to kind of display the intent of design, then that's good enough for me. Oh! I didn't know. I just gambled that I was like, I needed something. I need something to use as a weapon. So I walked up and there was no prompt or anything, but I just like, okay, square to interact. And I picked up a branch. So can I equip that as a weapon? No, I guess I need to like... Well, let me just pick these things up. Oh man, I can pick up all kinds of crap. Okay, I got rocks and branches. Can I make a club or something yet? Oh, here's crafting. Let's see here. Branch 5 and stone 5. Okay, I think I can make that. Nice. Okay. Equip. How do I equip? Oh, I keep hearing weird monster noises. Have I equipped it yet? I don't think I've equipped it. I made it. Where did it go? Where is the stone hatchet that I just made? Am I in attack mode now? Okay. What was that? Oh. There are all these like monster noises in the background, and I can't tell if they're just atmospheric noises or actual monsters in the environment. It's really disturbing. Maybe they're just expecting me to walk right now, and they'll give me a tutorial in a little bit, so... I guess I'll just walk for a little bit. Are those creatures down there? I think I see creatures. And maybe people too. Oh, that's a creature, definitely. Boy, I sure... Oh, there it is. There we go. Now I've got it equipped. Oh, and I can just hold it down and I'll keep wailing. Okay. Should I help these guys? Oh, crap. Oh, dodge, baby. Oh, okay, so he's not hurting me too bad. Let's test that. Whack me. Come on. Oh! Okay. Okay, I don't feel like I'm in danger too much. That's good right now. Nice. Oh, now they're attacking me! Oh, and these guys are definitely stronger. Oh man, they're definitely getting me a little bit. Dodge! Oh my gosh, I might die. There I go. Okay, so big huge monster could barely put a dent in me. But these other guys, oof. How do I build some of this other stuff to make me better and stronger? Okay, that's weird. So let's see, can I get more information about these things? Because they give me a list of things I can craft, But they don't tell me what the benefits are going to be. Like, it just says Royal Breastplate, a black and gold breastplate, and then gives me the items required. It doesn't say, like, what the armor value is going to be on that, or anything. So what, I just kind of have to hope it's going to be worth my time to find the ingredients and make it? I've just kind of been figuring this stuff out myself, but there was a message earlier that said if you ever feel lost, check your Journey tab, so let's see what's going on there. Okay, so after watching a developer video, I learned that there aren't really, like, quests per se in this game. There are just kind of like these survival goals and tiers of development, which is totally good enough for me. I really don't play games for story, except for story in the sense of the story that emerges from my actions in the world, my behavior, and the way I can affect the world. So potentially this game is right up my alley. Okay, so food will regenerate my health. Okay, I can't cook yet, so insects, eggs, and grubs, okay? Okay, so it remembers that we killed the monster and one of these dudes, but the other dude is still alive. Oh, where's the corpse of that monster? I thought wasn't he just there a second ago? Did he just disappear or something? Oh wait, here I'm sneaking. Oh, he sees me! No sneaking now! Oh, he got his health back though! He's got like purple axe power or something. Yeah! I want your purple axe. Give me that purple axe. I can't have your purple axe? Well, okay, should I just make a bedroll here? Maybe? Where's my bedroll? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, I'm placing it. Oh, I see. So, place. R1. Yay! Did I sleep? Did I use it? Okay, it just updates my spawn point, so okay, maybe I don't need sleep. Ooh, it's dark. Can I advance the clock? I don't want to be out in the dark. Oh, I've got a bunch of unspent points here. What do I spend these on? Did I hear something? Oh, I hear people yelling. Oh crap, there's somebody out there! Did those dudes just respawn or something? I don't understand what happened. Yeah, they're gonna come after me! What the crap? So is that what's gonna happen? It's just gonna be like the same people that keep respawning in the same area? Oh my gosh. Good gravy. Okay, is it daytime again? I'm gonna need some food. Okay, now can you just leave me alone for a minute, world, so I can look at my menus? Whew, man. There's a bunch of recipes to unlock, which makes a ton of sense. I'm just not quite sure where to start. Whoa, what's that? Are you food? There's a fat grub, okay. Okay, can I eat this thing? Where'd that fat grub go? Oh, is it in my, is it here? Human flesh. Oh, I can eat human flesh. Oh, and it's gonna expire, look at that. Okay, I better eat it while the eating's good. Oh, I got food poisoning though. Oops. I guess I should eat these grubs instead. Oh, there's some kind of creature in the water. That doesn't look like a swimming animation. And those sound effects don't sound like swimming sounds. They sound like walking sounds. Where's more of those grubs? Oh, jeez! Oh, jeez! Oh my gosh! This guy with the purple axe keeps coming back! Oh, now that guy disappeared, so he's gonna respawn somewhere, right? I need more grubs. I need more food. Or maybe more than that, I need a shelter just so I can close the door and have some space to think! I need lots of stone and wood. Can I chop down this tree? Oh, I think I can. Oh, look at that! Oh! My stone hatchet broke! Better make another one. Oh, can I repair it? I didn't know I could repair that. That's interesting. So it's really leaving me to figure out quite a bit. You know, like there's no step-by-step tutorial where it's like, why don't you try chopping down a tree? You know, why don't you try building shelter? It's just like you can open up a menu and go over to your journey, and that's the closest you get to kind of like some suggestions of like what you should do next, like find shelter. Alright, now I think I need more, oh jeez! I turned around for a second and those two dudes spawned behind me. Not cool.
Taste death!
Purple Axe Man is back. You know what? I'm just gonna let him kill me. Now I'm gonna respawn at my bedroll. Oh, I don't have my axe out yet. Okay, but they don't have their health back from just that quick little respawn. So at least, oops. I gotta get. Can you give me a second to get my weapon out, guys?
I never wanted to be here.
Jeez Louise. Alright, now how much time do I have to build a house before these guys come back? Where am I there? How do I get other build parts in the wheelie menu? Cycle build mode? What does that mean? What? I thought I just put it in my radio menu. Come on, these dudes are gonna come back. I want to put it... There we go. Now it's in my radio menu. There we go, okay. And place. Great, okay. Okay. We got a plan, Oh my gosh. I really need more grubs or something. Oh, eggs! Big honkin' eggs! Okay, lady. At least it's something a little different this time.
It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Nice. Nice. Where's that ceiling now? Sweet. Alright. Let's get the door made. Man, if you don't have a torch at night, you are blind. Yes. I'm in! Haha! Alright. So will that at least keep the bad guys out? Oh, I can't put my bedroll in here? So I gotta make my house bigger so the bedroll will fit inside, is that it? What? Jeez, they have these atmospheric monster sounds that maybe it's just with my headphones on. Make it sound like there are monsters around, but they're just atmosphere. It's not actual, like, a monster growling just off camera. Huh. Well, since I did a little building around here, I don't know if any guys are gonna respawn and come back. Maybe since I've established my little hut here. Now, I'm not seeing an option to save, so hopefully it auto-saves as I exit. Let's try that out. Okay, yeah, so it seems to remember most, if not all— oh, jeez! Okay, didn't know you were gonna be there, dude. Purple Axe dude again. Ugh. Oh wait, test your house. Close the door! Close the door! Alright, can you get me in here? Am I safe from you now? Can he not get in? I don't think he can get in. I might be safe in here. He's not trying to break down the door. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go out and kill him eventually. Whoa, are you stuck in the door? What is happening here? Ah! Oh, that's glitchy. Oh, but I'm not doing damage to him. That's a crappy kind of glitch. What's the word, dude? Do I need to close my door? Can I... let's see if I can... does that help? There we go. Are you just stuck there now, though, because you were stuck in my door? Alright. So that's what you do. You lure them to your door, then you open your door on them, and it freezes them forever. Oh my gosh. The old merge their molecules with the door trick. Ooh, that spear is much better. Or it's a stone pike. Ooh, look at that. Cool, okay, so the shelter is worth making bigger so I can put a bedroll inside. So let's get on that. How do I deconstruct things? I don't mind the game not giving me direction on what to do, but I would have liked a little more hand-holding in terms of how to use the systems that are in the game. Like, I guess I'll just beat on the side of my house until it breaks or something? I don't know how to deconstruct. I'm just gonna break my axe trying to deconstruct this. There's gotta be a better way. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Release. Interact. Interact? No? How do I deconstruct? Do I just have to start over and build a whole new thing? There's gotta be a way to deconstruct. Come on now. Huh, I'm a little surprised at the lack of kind of like a help menu. I am not seeing a way to deconstruct things. Do I need to get online to figure this out? Okay. Wait, is there a bad guy coming? Oh, jeez! Oh, nice! This weapon's much better! Oh, okay, so you gotta take note of where that little crosshair thing is. The little crosshair dot. Because before I was just kind of like hovering near a dude and expecting like an option to loot him to come up. But I think you gotta keep extra in mind this comes from the PC world, and so things like crosshairs are going to be important. Okay, so I did do a little bit of checking online from like forum threads that are almost a year old for the early access version of the game, which was playable on Xbox One during early access, and so people asked the question, like, how do you deconstruct things? So I had to totally figure it out based on that. Like what they, like the Steam, they said, you gotta walk up to something and hold E, and then you'll see the option. And I was like, well, who knows what the crap E is on this? And then I found another one that said, you gotta hold down something else, like XA, I can't remember what they said. And then you'll see the option. So I just went over and I was like, well, square is the interact button. And so I'll go over here, I'll hold square, see what happens, and look at that, there you go. But no indication of that in the game itself. I really had to do some hunting. Was it that big of a deal for me to have to look something up online? No. And I can tell part of the charm of an experience like this is figuring out what you can do in the world. And sometimes along with that is going to come a lack of communication regarding some, I think, important information. But, you know, games like this and Minecraft and No Man's Sky are, I think, built somewhat with the intention that the community online will kind of help each other figure things out. So, not that big of a deal, but it would have been nice to have that information in the game itself. I really do like that feeling of productivity, of crafting, making something. It scratches a similar itch to, like, looting in loot-based action RPGs. Wait a minute, did these trees grow back? These trees grew back! I chopped down all this crap! I mean, I can see how that's useful, but I had plans for this space. Does that mean the rock is gonna come back too? I think the rocks are coming back. Hello? Yeah, sometimes I hit where it should totally be hacking apart the rock and it's not registering. See, like this, I should be totally breaking this rock apart. So I guess I need to adjust my angle or something? There we go. Alright, cool! I got a house with a bed. Man. So yeah, that was like my first 2 hours of game time just spent getting some kind of rudimentary shelter up so that I could have a place to close the door and think for a minute. Very satisfying though. First order of business, we need a place to store items and a way to cook food. I love the sense of progression and productivity in a game, whether that's progression making myself stronger or in the case of a game like this, progression in getting items to grow something and make it more and more effective, in this case my shelter. And I really believe that that is because of what we were made for, what work was really intended to be before the fall, and what I believe it will be again in Christ's coming kingdom. I'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. But I think it's the reason why I totally dig on these kinds of experiences that involve this sense of productivity in a strange way, and progression, and growth. Okay, wood plus meat plus play button. Wood, I've got meat. Wood in the first slot, meat in the second slot, and then push the play button. Okay. Do I need to give? Is that the move you want? Give. Oh, there we go. Give. All right. I had to give the wood to my campfire. Okay, now push the play button. Do I have to name this thing? Just push the play button. Step 3, push the play button. Well, let me highlight it or something. What do you want me to do? Name, fine. Name, no. Name, heavy is first. I don't know what that means. Name, custom? Toggle on, off. Wait, what? Okay. I just took a shot at that. Alright, so if you look at the picture that's like just above my head, or that way, yeah, above me. So you got this picture that says, Step 1, wood, plus Step 2, meat, plus Step 3, the play button, equals Step 4, cooked meat. Okay. First off, it's not as simple as that. You have to give your wood to the crafting station. And then 3 has nothing to do with the play button. I just randomly almost looked at the bottom of the screen. I was like, let's see, L2 says toggle on off. I don't know, should I toggle something on and off? So I toggled on off. It cooked wood. Or it cooked it cooked meat. Intuitive, this game is not. Ooh, let's cook some human flesh. Let's give some wood and some human flesh. And then let's toggle on off. All right, great. Now I feel like I've got some food options. So they let me build a storage box that I can keep in my shelter, which is nice. But they don't allow me to craft using the materials stored in that box if I'm in the same room with it. That was something from Dragon Quest Builders that I liked, so that I didn't have to, every time I wanted to craft something, dig into my storage box, get out the components, put them in my inventory, and then craft. If I was in the room with the storage box that contained the materials I needed, I could craft the item. So that would be a nice, as they call it, quality of life thing that they could add to the game. I'd also kind of like a way to sleep and pass time. But I suppose for a game that's designed to be played with a lot of people at the same time online, having that could kind of mess things up a bit. What the heck is catch-up time? See, I'm wanting to mess with the day-night cycle. It's kind of cool that I can crank up the nighttime speed and make nighttime shorter. That's definitely cool. But there are options here I have no idea. There's not even like a little tooltip that shows catch-up time is blah blah blah. There's nothing. So I just looked it up. It's not really relevant to me. It's just kind of a multiplayer server setting type thing. But still, it would be nice to know that. Harvest corpse. How do I do that? Harvest. Harvest corpse. It says harvest corpse. What button do I push to harvest corpse? Hold square? Nothing. Do I need to put my weapon away or something? Harvest corpse. I don't understand. I don't know what you want me to do. Guess I'm gonna look that up. Okay. Apparently I have to hit it to harvest corpse. Why couldn't they just put hit 2 in front of harvest corpse? Oops. Where is it? Wait. Come on now. There are crosshairs right on it, but you just dive off in some other direction. What do you want me to do? Oh wait, poke with the... Okay, face the right way. Are we operating based on a crosshair or not? Okay, what? Come on. Alright, I'm gonna try a different weapon. There we go. There we go. Okay, I got something from it. Whoa, what's with those after images? Weird. Huh. Be nice if they had these load screen tips available in a menu somewhere to just cycle through all of them. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on. Come on! I am trying to harvest this thing. Good gravy. Do I gotta change weapons to harvest? There we go. Oh, jeez! A creature growled and my phone buzzed at the same time. Okay, so here's a weird situation. I'm trying to put the shield that I have equipped into this box. When I open up the box to interact with it, the shield is nowhere to be found in my inventory. So I guess it doesn't show up there unless I de-equip it. So how do I de-equip the shield I'm equipped with? Let's see. Doesn't show up on my character portrait at all. And when I open up my radio menu, there's no option to de-equip things on there. I can't select an empty space to put into one of my radio menu slots. So I'm either going to have to take something from my inventory and just stick it in my radio menu slot. There, that puts my shield back in. Anyway, there is some clunky stuff going on here. I did a little digging around online, and it looks like there are potentially some plans to bring like a magic using class into the game, although not in the traditional flashy sense, but more in like the sense of buffs and debuffs. But I also heard talk of explosive bomb type weapons, and so you can have a explosive mage type role. It just won't be technically as a mage. But I'm guessing even those options that are pseudo mage like won't be available to me for a little while yet. And I may never have access to a more traditional magic user class in this game, which is fine. I mean, frankly, I think this is cool that I'm getting what is kind of like a Dragon Quest Builders type of experience. I mean, from my perspective, that being my only real point of reference for this type of game. But with a not cutesy skin on it, with a serious dark sword and sorcery skin. He looks dangerous. Oof. Now, for some reason, I need an axe to harvest these corpses. I can't do it with a spear or a sword. Oh crap! Get over there and kill her! Oh, purple axe man! Is that a real monster nearby? I really don't like those atmospheric growling sounds. It's like Boy Who Cried Wolf all the time. As much as I'm complaining, I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the challenge of scraping to survive. And I'm enjoying some of the elements of trying to figure out where I can find the resources I need, what things I should make in what order. So I am really enjoying the core gameplay. A little bit of stuttery frame rate stuff going on. There's been a bit of that throughout my play experience, even just sometimes navigating menus. Why can I suddenly not craft anything? Why can I suddenly not craft? Do I have to be in a shelter in order to craft? Oh my gosh, I think I do. How could they have never mentioned that to me anywhere in this game, that I have to be in a shelter to craft? Why is my arm... Is that because I have a torch equipped? What? No, I don't know why. No, I don't have a torch equipped. You gonna do that again? Why is my arm doing that? There we go. Armor's workbench, baby. I'm gonna need a tanning rack. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, I'm digging into the menus now and seeing all the different branching paths. Like they're saying, oh, hey, why don't you make some armor? Some light armor. But to make the light armor, you need to be able to do this thing. To be able to do this thing, you gotta be able to do this and this. Be able to do this thing, you gotta do this, and this, and it just starts adding up. It's like branching out until I see this massive tree of things that I can start tackling one at a time. And I kind of like that gameplay where there's like checklists for completion of this, you know, large web of things to do. Now, up to this point, you know, you've got these chapters in your journey, right? And there's 10 chapters. And in the course of about 5 hours with this game, Some of that spent looking up things online, but not much. I've gotten through over 2 chapters, close to 2.5 chapters. But suddenly I've hit just a little bit of a wall that's going to be, I think, slowing me down, where I'm having to dive into the crafting system really full bore now. And so checking each of these boxes on the chapter descriptions, I think, is probably going to start taking longer, requiring more. And that's exciting to me. If I was going through this at the rate I've been going at, which is completing 2 chapters in about 5 hours, then I would complete chapter 10 right around 25 hours. And that's pretty good value. Having said that, I think I'm going to have to be slowing down now, because checking off each of these boxes, it looks like it's going to require me to have to dig into the other systems of the game. Something as simple as crafting a piece of armor might require me to do several steps and learn a succession of skills in the crafting system in order to just check off that one box. And so I can see potential for it to slow down and take even longer to check off all these boxes. But even if it doesn't, at my current pace, 25 hours out of the game, that's great. That's great. So after spending about 5 hours with the game, I am wanting to move forward with it. It's definitely got its issues. It's rough. It's still, I've never followed an early access game before, including this one. I also didn't have any expectations of this game. I just was like, okay, here's this much money that you're asking me to pay. Let's see what you're giving me. And I feel like I'm getting my money's worth so far. But understand, as I said early on, I think, graphics aren't a big selling point to me. I can even do without a good amount of polish. Two Worlds is one of my favorite open-world RPGs, and that is glitchy and broken as all get out. I think there's reason to think that this game, despite its glitches and weird things going on here and there, and its just kind of roughness, clunkiness at times, I think there's reason to think that it's going to be getting certainly more support than Two Worlds did. The developers have already talked about, the things they plan on adding to the game, both as free updates and then, after that as DLC later on. I can see why a lot of people might not like this game or might find it disappointing because of all the roughness and clunkiness, both in terms of how it performs visually with the weird glitches and the stuttering in the frame rates, but then also in kind of the clunkiness in the systems and the user interface. But here's what cuts through all of that for me. It's a survival crafting game, which I've always been curious about, and I've just tipped my toes in the water exploring that genre with Dragon Quest Builders. I really have wanted to explore that genre in a setting more like this, that is dark sword and sorcery, that isn't either blocky, pukey Minecraft visuals or, cutesy, fun Dragon Quest visuals. So this fits the kind of theming and setting that I like in a game, and it's scratching a type of gameplay itch that I've not really had scratched anywhere else before outside of Dragon Quest Builders, and even that was a bit of a different experience because this one is so open-ended. In fact, this kind of scenario where you are just plopped down essentially naked in a hostile environment and told to survive and maybe even conquer and thrive here in this entire world that's open to you from the get-go, that's really what I wanted from Dragon Quest Builders instead of the segmented worlds they had you progress through. I'm also content to jump online now and then when I have questions. I kind of have gotten used to that playing Monster Hunter World, so I'm a little more primed for that kind of a gaming experience now. So I think there's a really good chance that I'm going to enjoy this. I'm a little bit surprised, but I think it's going to be competing for my playtime, even though I've got these other games that I'm really enjoying right now. So E3 is going to have a hard time getting me excited this year because I could kind of use a break and some time to not have any games to be excited about buying. One of the itches this game is scratching is something that I think a lot of games touch on in their mechanics, if not their theming, and that is progression and kind of basically a version of work that doesn't involve the frustrations that we deal with. This is speculation, but I think I have reason to believe that many games are the result of a kind of subconscious outworking of our desire for work to be the way it was meant to be the way it was before sin entered the world and screwed everything up. After Adam and Eve essentially said, God, we don't trust that you really have our best interests at heart. We're going to do things our own way. We want paradise, but we don't want you holding us accountable for anything in particular. Once they made that choice, everything changed. Their source of life, they were cut off from their source of life, and death became the consequence. God said to Adam, cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. I think work is meant to produce and be fruitful. I think work is even meant to be challenging in a positive way, but the fall screwed everything up, and now we are met with frustrations that actually work against our productivity, and on top of all that, we have death waiting for us. If you think about it, so much of the frustration that we have about our lack of productivity or not achieving certain goals is because there's a clock constantly running in the background. We realize that we only have a certain number of years on this planet, and then our time is up. That's because of the fall. On top of that, I think there's reason to believe that not only will work be restored to what it was always meant to be, but it will actually be perfected. It'll be something better than it was even before the fall. If we fast forward now to the other end of the Bible in Revelation 21, verse 4, it says, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. No more tears because of frustrating work situations. And death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. Skip ahead in chapter 21 to verse 24, talking about the New Jerusalem. Part of its description says, by its light will the nations walk. So there will still be structured groups of people, and it goes on to say, and the kings of the earth will bring their glory into it. So these kings, these nations, what they are known for, their glory, they will bring into the New Jerusalem. That sounds a lot like productivity happening and the fruits of that labor being brought in as part of a celebration, maybe even as some form of commerce, into the New Jerusalem. I think when Christ comes and fixes this mess we've made, he's not going to get rid of work. He's going to restore and then perfect it. And games, particularly games like this one that deal with productivity, that deal with fighting against death in a hostile environment and trying to be productive under those circumstances, I think those types of games and experiences are actually a subconscious desire being expressed for work to be restored and perfected. And they can even function as a little bit of a foretaste of what work might be someday. Rewarding, fun, challenging, but without the real frustrations that we face when we clock in to go to work each day. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Those are my thoughts. I'd love to get yours in the comments below. And then, of course, I hope you'll join us over at christiangeekcentral.com as we continue to geek out and seek the truth.